Hello guys. Well, today we're doing a discussion board about the whole digital native and digital immigration. Um I read the article. It's a pretty good article considering that I don't read. Um my thoughts on it, it's like we have two different generations. One from before us and then one, now. uh, and every day, technology advances, everything starts coming out, and then everybody just wants to get the new thing or get this and that. But the case with our adults, it's like they don't care much about technology because they were adapted to reading books or doing this and that the way they were taught. And nowadays, a lot of kids, go on Google, ebooks, everything's digitalized now, and that's what we do. We live in a digitalized world. Um, so I consider myself a digital native because I was raised in this generation of phones, tablets, all this stuff coming out. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think that it does conflict, it contradicts each other because you have two different, generations, and they're both trying to do what they can to their best, abilities, but they obviously can't because, you know, one is more adapted to networking and emailing, texting, calling, sending URLs, and blah, 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 etc. And the other is used to sending mail. Faxing would kind of be in that because nowadays we just email things or stuff like that. They're used to, doing things the old-fashioned way, reading books, reading books, looking for a place on like the city. They use one of those yellow page finders. Like they're so old-fashioned. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because that's our roots. That's where we came from. That's how technology came about and how we advanced because, somebody had a crazy idea like, maybe I should make an invention where instead of reading a book to get this kind of research or information, I can just go on this blah 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 website and just do it there. Or somebody came up with the idea that, I'm gonna make a little tiny thing where I can play my music instead of having a CD player, so everything's advancing every single day. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because all this technology is helping us create medicines, cures, stuff like that, and it's advancing so fast that by the time you know it, there could be a cure for cancer to completely get rid of cancer. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think that maybe we're kind of looking at it the wrong way because phones, tablets, and all the crap that we don't need, it's coming out. But technology itself is not a bad thing. It's doing a lot of good in our world. And I think teachers should get more involved with it, make the students go home and do their homework, but emailing it to them, so they can kind of like get used to the fact that that's the world we live in now. And also for the students to be like, oh, I know how to do that. I can just type it out and then email it, and make it interesting. Like, give them topics about current world news but use technology with it. Be like, okay, but how is technology helping or doing this or that with it? It's a lot of stuff that I can't really jot down to the main detail. But the point is, we're advancing every single day of our lives, whether we like it or not. That's just how everything is going. And personally, I don't think it's a bad thing. I kind of just wish that everybody knew how to use everything. I wish my grandma knew how to use a touchscreen phone. But I mean, she's fine with the house phone that we have. She's fine using that. Like, she knows how to do that, so that's fine. She's still getting calls out there. She's still getting all her things done. So like I'm saying, it's not a bad thing because they're still getting things done, but it's just that we have two different ways of learning. Um, that brings up another point, like learning things. We learn in a more different fashion than people did back then. I tend to learn a lot better with hands-on and listening. So like music, playing with the phones and stuff, it makes a lot more sense than it's like you give a teacher something like that, and they'll probably have to read a manual how to use it, or an old person, they'll have to need a manual to use it. We, as natives, have grown so much into technology, phones, that it's like someone gives us a new phone and it's like, oh, I know how to use it because it's the same thing. If I don't know how to use it, that's fine, I'll just start playing with it. I'll get to know it in like 5 minutes. I have a PS3. It's whatever. It's a video game system. But we're so used to doing this and that we have like better hand-eye coordination because we're constantly looking at a screen. Our eyes are moving back and forth because of everything that's going on, and we're here, controlling everything with our hands. We're not even looking at, like, the controller over here, and we're looking over there, and you're doing this, and you're constantly doing that. So you get better hand-eye coordination. So in a way, it's a waste of time. Yeah, it's a waste of money for some people, the way you want to think about it. But it helps out a lot of people. Technology helps out a lot of people. The common, average person usually uses their phone a lot for everything. Whether it's looking something on Google, calling somebody, talking to somebody, communication, social networking. It's all part of this world, and we need it. And I mean, I can go on and on about this, but the point is that I'm a digital native. I'm proud of it, but I think this world is advancing so fast that by the time we know it, everybody's going to be a native. The immigrants, they're almost there with us. They're getting to know this stuff better than we are. So we kind of just have to appreciate what we have in this life. All the things that are coming out, and I love how everything's moving so fast. Like, I love how everything's just coming together. And in this world, we kind of just need that. Just imagine 10 years from now, where will we be? What will we be doing? Like, personally, we don't know. We don't know. But the way things are going, I mean, it's going to be a more technology-based world. And that's not a bad thing. So, those are my thoughts. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. If I didn't talk about something that you probably read in the article, go ahead and ask me on what my thoughts were about that, and I'll go ahead and talk about that. I mean, I read the whole article, so I'm just putting my main thoughts out there. I don't want to talk about every single little thing. So yeah, by the name, my name is Luis. You can call me Louis though, or Louis. It doesn't matter. That's what my friends call me. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just go ahead and ask me. If I didn't speak on something that y'all probably thought it was more important, well, go ahead and let me know. But I thought the discussion board, is more about not what the article was talking about, but what you believe in it, what you think about it. And those are just my thoughts. So thank you for your time, guys. I look forward and spending the rest of my course with you guys. Hopefully, go. We all just pass this class. But yeah, I mean, digital literacy is awesome. So I'll let you guys go now. Thank you.